Good evening, everybody. This is Mark Radulich, your mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified. And tonight we are doing an alternative commentary for the 1962 movie King Kong versus Godzilla, as opposed to Godzilla versus Kong, which is in theaters, which is the whole reason we're doing this, because synergy. I'm psychotic. Joining me on this crazy journey is my brother from another mother and the vice president of Radulich and Broadcasting Productions. Ladies and gentlemen, the essential Jesse Starcher. How do you do, sir?
Oh, Mark Radulich, I am excited to talk about Godzilla versus King. No, wait a second. King Kong versus Godzilla. I was so excited, in fact, I watched the American version today, and we are going to be doing something a little bit different on tonight's podcast, and that will be discussing the Japanese version. So, it's almost, from what I understand, Justin Thomas told me it's going to be like watching a whole new movie. All right, I'm down for it.
Normally, this would be the part where I would pull up the Wikipedia page, and I would give you the written details about this movie before we got into it, and I might have a conversation with you, Jesse, about your relationship to the Titan / Kaiju / Godzilla / King Kong. Yeah. But instead, I'm going to bring on the third member of our panel, and I'm just going to let him be the human Wikipedia that he is. Do you have an odd statistic on Twitter that you're tweeting out? He'll correct it for you and tell you it's horseshit. Do you have a factoid in the back of your mind that you want to share with the world? He'll tell you, too small of a sample size, it's horseshit, go fuck yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, the coverage god, the human Wikipedia page, he's mostly an android. Robert Winfree, how do you do, sir?
I'm not mostly an android. The percentage has not yet crossed 50%.
Less than half an android.
That is correct. And yeah, sorry. Your thing about suck it, fans of the Snyderverse can suck it because 5,000 households comprising less than 15,000 individuals recorded less time watching this than other stuff. According to one group of people, as reported in the hallowed halls of Variety.
Listen, man, I just wanted to say sucker to the Snyder people. Well, don't get in my way with your logic and reason and facts, okay? Data.
Don't present crap.
Just that simple, Mark.
Speaking of crap. So be the human Wikipedia page for me and tell me all the things about King Kong versus Godzilla 1962.
I'd rather you read it. It's been so long since It's been so long since I've seen this movie. I would almost certainly get stuff wrong. That I saw this when I was a small child, living in Oregon. I was a big fan of Godzilla. I couldn't tell you what drew me to that particular property, but I was a big fan. I can still, if I close my eyes, I bet I can visualize the specific aisle and position in the aisle of the local Hollywood video store we would go to where I could rent these things. Because that's how old I am.
All right, so King Kong versus Godzilla, as opposed to Godzilla versus Kong, is a 1962 Japanese kaiju film directed by Ishiro Honda, with special effects by E.G. Tsuburaya.
Yeah.
Okay, also, I just want to hear you pronounce Japanese names.
Because this never gets old.
Not really.
Produced and distributed by Toho Studios, it is the third film in the Godzilla franchise and the first of 2 Toho-produced films featuring King Kong. It is also the first time that each character appeared on film in color and widescreen. The film stars...
Yeah. Come on, buddy.
We believe in you, Mark.
Tadao Takashima,
okay.
Kenji Sahara, Yu Fujiki, Ishiro Arashima, Mihama, Shuichi Hirose as King Kong, and Haru Nakajima as Godzilla. All right, what's my grade there?
If I could have one job, going back in time and getting to be in the Godzilla costume.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, despite the fact that you're horribly abused, not treated well, the costume falls apart at different times.
I
And the
honestly thought
working
you said if
conditions
I
were
could have
probably
one dream.
awful.
I honestly thought you were gonna say if I could have one dream at the time, it would be to go back in time and teach Mark English. Like this is fucking My Fair Lady.
No.
You were saying, sir, you want to be in the Godzilla costume? Go.
Just I think this is one of those things that would immediately stop being as cool as you think it is the first time you do it.
Yeah,
But
it's kind of
just for once, just one moment in time to be the Godzilla on screen would have been probably a very cool experience.
well, it's kind of like my thing about wanting to meet celebrities. It's like I know the minute I meet them, I will hate them, and that'll ruin it for me. So I never want to meet people that I idol. Like I never want to meet Brock Lesnar because I know that's going to to go badly. And I think I've told Jesse like I don't think I'd ever want to meet Neil Fallon because then I'll hate the band. And then what is life?
Better.
In the film, as Godzilla is reawakened by an American submarine, like you do, a pharmaceutical company captures King Kong for promotional uses, which culminates into a battle on Mount Fuji. All right, are we ready to get this party started?
Yeah.
Aye, Captain.
All right, here we go. We are in the watch together room. We are starting at 00. The title of the YouTube video, if you're going to watch this with us, and really, why wouldn't you, is actually Godzilla versus King Kong, Ishiro Honda, 1962 full movie with English subtitles, 720p. All right? And 3, 2, 1, press play.
All right. So I wanted to step in real quick. That second paragraph on the wiki, I heard a lot about this earlier today when I was doing a little bit of research. So this project began, I want to read it straight from here. The project began with a story outline devised by King Kong stop-motion animator Willis H. O'Brien, in which Kong battles a giant Frankenstein monster. O'Brien gave the outline to producer John Beck for development. Behind O'Brien's back and without his knowledge, Beck gave the project to Toho to produce the film. So they decided at that point to replace the giant Frankenstein monster with Godzilla and scrapped O'Brien's original story. So where the genesis of this came from was a proposed battle between King Kong and Frankenstein monster. And I saw
the golden age of Hollywood, Jesse, when all was pure and good with the world.
I saw some concept stuff that was drawn up, I believe, for either the movie at the time, but I think like they were going to create this. Well, Frankenstein was a amalgamation of a bunch of body parts from humans. They were going to do the same thing with animals, and that was supposedly going to be the Frankenstein monster that battled King Kong. It looked different, that's for sure. And there are supposedly some elements that they brought forward from that original treatment or concept into this movie, specifically when we get in towards the end of the final battle. Oh, here we go.
All right. Every day it rotates constantly at a speed of 1670.
If you're going to read the subtitles to everyone.
Have you not listened to my hop thing? That's what, we had never seen it before, so I had to have the subtitles on in order to know what was happening. And I had to read the subtitles. Well, if I'm reading them, this is an audio medium. I should probably read them out loud. And then my daughter would read the same ones as me, and I had to tell her today, Lily, I have notes for you. Don't read the same subtitles I'm reading. And no, I guess I won't then. Robert, what's happening right now? Who is this man on the screen?
Some caricature of humanity. Who's ostensibly a scientist. And, okay, this just goes to how wonderfully, I mean, almost like comically naive or simplistic the writing was. Our pharmaceutical company here is lecturing us on climate change.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they do the opposite of that. Like, they should have gotten some Dutch girl to do this.
Well, again, this was a better time. This was the 60s.
Have you ever seen this one before?
I've seen the American. I think I've seen the American version, not the Japanese. And again, I've seen it. It's just been so long.
And there are differences, you said, Jesse, between the Japanese version and the American?
Right off at the beginning of this, I could tell. The American version just pretty much co-ops the film and throws in American bits of exposition, pretty much.
Okay.
So right here, right at the beginning, I remember we have a clip to an American news anchor kind of explaining some stuff. That's not what's happening here, obviously.
What is happening here? Because I'm not allowed to read the dialogue.
Well,
Look,
out loud.
All I said was if all you're going to do is read it out loud to the audience, it's going to be a really awkward show.
So these two people at this pharmaceutical company seem to be having some sort of an argument, and there was something about not having done enough research. That's what I got so far.
Well, there's never enough research.
I suppose not. Your sample size might be too small.
It is if you're making broad sweeping generalizations about a worldwide blockbuster with a sample size of less than 15,000 people, less than 4,000, around 4,000, right around 5,000 homes.
Pardon me, the horse that I was beating is still got some life to it. All right, so we're on the submarine, and this is the submarine that's going to wake up Godzilla, allegedly.
Indeed.
The submarine Seahawk. That's correct. And apparently,
yet another relic of time. It is not listed as the USS Seahawk, despite it being ostensibly being an American submarine.
Mm-hmm.
It is just listed as the submarine instead of having an appropriate designation, which may or may not have been. I don't even think that was true of the time. I'm 90% sure all vessels had designations, even submarine stuff that became more readily available in World War II. So this would have had a designation, unless it's a purely civilian submarine with military equipment and presumably enough nuclear material to wake up Godzilla.
So that captain, skipper, commodore fella that they were focusing on, at one angle, he kind of looked like Dick Van Patten. And then they changed the...
And I saw that too. I was like, okay. No, that's not him.
Is that Dick Van Patten? By the way, Jesse, do you remember when Dick Van Patten was in the Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit video? And how funny that was?
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I know. You hate Nirvana.
I do. Look, the only decent thing Nirvana ever contributed to the world was Weird Al's parody.
Yeah, Jesse, we're going to have to re-release our Weird Al retrospective at some point.
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff, man. Because I think we did... No, we did just one, right?
I'm going to find out when his birthday is. I'm going to release it then, like all those other people do on Twitter.
I'm sure he's going to have a album drop that we could maybe line that up with.
Soon?
Who's got to wait? I got content to release.
My desire for synergy only extends in as much as it doesn't inconvenience me.
All right, so what's happening here? We have not really talked about this film. We changed perspectives. We started out at the pharmaceutical lab, then we went to the submarine, and now we appear to be on some sort of Japanese vaudeville show.
Well, the thing is that I think the two are intertwined somehow, like the pharmaceutical company and the TV station. I could be wrong here, but
probably the TV station where they're shooting the commercials for the pharmaceutical company.
Yeah, these two guys I know are going to be main characters, obviously, as we go through the film.
Mm-hmm. They were just discussing like medicinal herbs and shit.
Oh, so in the American version, see these beans that this guy picked up.
Berries.
We have berries. Excuse me.
Magic beans.
There's a whole part of the newscast, the American newscast at the beginning that explains what these are, because apparently they didn't think the Japanese version did a good enough job. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to learn about these magic berries that they have found on an island. Can you guess what island, Mark Radulich?
Skull Island.
Incorrect.
Is it Easter Island?
It is Faroe Island, sir.
Oh.
They didn't go with Skull Island. I wonder, it could be a reason I may be behind that, but no, it's Faroe Island. But yes, that is where
this is making me miss my son screaming into the microphone, "Skull Island, Skull Island, Skull Island."
Okay.
That was his contribution to the Hop podcast. That the Easter bunnies, they were on Easter Island because get it, Easter bunnies. And he was like, "I bet Easter Island is really Skull Island," and he would not get off of that.
Oh, well,
no, Easter Island's a real place.
I tried to explain that to him, but 7.
In fact, Easter Island is the single most isolated place. It's the single most isolated bit of land on the planet.
Okay, more isolated than Faroe Island, which is in the movie we're supposed to be talking about.
Well, again, one of these is real, the other is not.
Oh, okay. Um,
So Central Pharmaceuticals are planning on an underwater research series on QTV. So clearly they are intertwined, which again, this is the 60s.
like QTV, like where you sell like jewelry and shit.
I don't think that's what
Okay.
they're shooting for there.
Okay, I don't
He
know
was
what
just one of
QTV
those.
is.
He was one of those letters that gets thrown onto things that don't actually have appropriate designations. So
Like like QAnon.
sure.
Sure.
So it can kind of serve whatever point the narrative. It can kind of service whatever the narrative requires of it.
Okay,
Kind of like how the quantum realm is a thing,
right.
only when it isn't.
Uh,
The quantum realm so many times that it clearly stops meaning anything, but it's still gonna have to be a thing because of the structure of the show.
all right. So this guy's running down the hallway. He runs to his office. He's looking
He's
for some
looking-
gal named Fumiko.
Yep. He's looking for his girlfriend, I think.
Nope, no, that's
it.
his
No, it's
sister.
his
She just
sister.
called him
That's
brother.
sister. Sorry.
Yeah. Ew, Jesse.
Well,
That's okay.
Do not reach for the food, sir.
I had James Marsden married to Penny from The Big Bang Theory until it turns out they were brother and sister.
whoa,
so,
whoops, yeah.
Yeah. That's what happens when you don't
now
watch
there.
the movie before you
Okay.
comment on it.
That's her boyfriend. Unless he
sir.
just likes to wear lipstick. I mean, I'm not one to judge, but
Rose
It's
lipstick
the
on
60s.
your collar, gonna tell on you. Yeah.
It's the 60s. Judging is entirely appropriate.
here we go. This is a Chekhov's gun right here coming up. Get ready.
Okay.
All right.
So he's going to introduce something that's going to pay off later.
Oh, you wouldn't believe it.
That's tight. That.
Oh,
look at that.
Look
So
at
he has
that.
the string, right? And he's testing its strength. There's another word for it, and Winfree, I'm sure, will tell me what it
Wire?
is.
Wire might be a good word for it as well.
Why? Sure.
You're
Wire.
referring to a specific property of engineering referred to as known as tensile strength.
Yes.
There we go. Good one.
Tensile strength. And so he just tested the tensile strength of the wire by tying it to the rail and then falling backwards, and he didn't fall to his death.
That's correct. Pretty darn strong thread/wire.
Are they going to trip Godzilla and he's going to fall down later?
I can't imagine what use this might have in a plot related to giant monsters.
Well, it was funny when I was watching it earlier. I was like, okay, that's coming back at some point. It has to. And I waited and waited and waited. That's a good looking dinner right there. Nice steak.
Seems a little overdone.
Well, I mean,
I like my steaks mooing, juicy, bloody, raw, and wriggly.
That kosher?
I don't keep kosher. Not all Jews are the same, you racist.
oh, whoa.
I was asking about your specific level of observation.
I like these idiots in the sub here. Okay.
Why are they idiots? Because they're white people, you racist?
Yeah.
No, because
There you go. That's why they're idiots.
they're idiots because they might as well have been Abbott and Costello.
Okay, so they just crashed the sub. Oh, we're finally getting somewhere here. All right, so we've introduced the berries. We've introduced the strong wire. And now we're finally ready to wake up Godzilla and get this movie going.
The submarine Seahawk has crashed. And maybe some stuff fell on it. That might be what's going on here.
Is the
Oh
plot
boy,
of this movie
it's going to be a
that they-
fun discussion when we have the discussion here later about this. What's happening on the screen right now is going to pay off so well for Mark Radulich. I cannot wait.
These look like two jungle explorers.
Get ready, sir.
So is the plot of this thing that man wakes up Godzilla and they have to go find King Kong and recruit him to fight Godzilla?
Yes.
Nice.
Sort of.
Does King Kong at first refuse because of a previous episode where he was traumatized, but he rises to the challenge?
No.
We're gonna have a showdown, obviously. So we need a reason as to why there's going to be a showdown.
A reason.
So Godzilla may make some people upset, and we need somebody to stop it.
What did Godzilla disagree with someone?
Oh, he disagrees with a lot of people. Trust me.
You see, the problem is that he doesn't use pronouns.
I identify as they. That's racist, Godzilla.
Look, you're about to atomic breath me to death, but you could at least refer to me by my... Oh god, I'm gonna get us in so much trouble one of these days.
Yeah, you are. Let's see here.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at that. A child's sandcastle is being knocked over. No, wait, that's a mountain.
The 720p version.
Okay, stop, for God's sake. It's an iceberg. Why? Why are you like this?
It looked like a giant pile of sand.
Well, of course it's a giant pile of sand. They couldn't actually shoot on location with icebergs.
I mean, they could have put some ice cubes in a stack.
That probably would have looked worse.
And maybe frozen a tub of water.
Sure.
I mean, that looks like water. That looks like ice. When they go back to that shot of the iceberg cracking, so you say, I'm telling you, it looks like a pile of sand.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Suspend your disbelief, Mark.
How deep would you think these guys are?
I mean, if they're running into an iceberg of that size, they shouldn't be that deep.
Okay, all right.
50 fathoms.
Shut up.
That's the default answer.
Aren't you impressed that I knew that a measure of how deep something goes is fathoms?
If you can convert... I'll be impressed if you can convert fathoms to empirical.
I can't convert fucking meters to centimeters, dude. And my father reminds me of that every time he sees me. I'm 45.
A centimeter is a hundredth of a meter.
No, I have trauma from my dad trying to teach me the metric system. You'll just trigger me.
Oh, will I?
Uh-oh.
How about a hectometer?
Oh.
Have I mentioned lately how much Winfree reminds me of my dad?
Oh, we've got a fire on the sub. That's not good.
Yeah. I think that Godzilla may have did that one. I don't know. You heard him roar, but that's about it. And then all of a sudden the sub's on fire.
But they didn't show the monster. It has been
restraint in filmmaking.
It's been 16 minutes and I haven't seen a monster punch another monster. This movie sucks.
And you are turning into your son.
No, I'm turning into Twitter.
No, you.
Here we go. It's Faro Island, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, look, it's savages. Savages. Ringing a bell.
Barely even human.
Oh, boy. It does not get any better here.
So I watched the 2005 King Kong today, and there's a part right at the beginning of the movie where he's like, I want to go shoot on this island that's been thus far uncharted. And one of the studio execs goes, oh, you want to shoot on an uncharted island? Will there be boobies?
Oh, for Pete's sake.
I almost died laughing.
Only because you were going to ask that question.
All right, so our intrepid explorers are on Faro Island.
Yep.
That guy's in blackface.
Dude, I told you. Get ready.
I don't think this is... I know this is a beloved, 60s movie, but this is not aging well. I can see that now.
Just wait. This is good stuff.
Please tell me the savages have bones through their noses.
There are probably 3 moments in this movie that are like just completely epic. One of them would get it erased off of like today's radar to be released in some fashion, because just wait.
Now it got me curious. I'm wondering if this is on like because YouTube is sort of the Wild West still. Because unless you're putting out false information about COVID-19, they'll pretty much let anything go.
Now, I don't want to seem like I'm overblowing it too much, but I can tell you that there's going to be a moment here, that if it's the same as the American, which I'm pretty sure it is, where we've had discussions within the last about things. Okay, so just
Okay, yeah, King Kong versus Godzilla not available on any streaming services.
Can't imagine why. Apart from it being a rights nightmare.
Yeah, I was going to say that I looked. Supposedly it was on Netflix. I clicked on it and it was like, no, don't think so. Unless it's region locked to where we just can't get to it here.
Could be.
Tell them we come in friendship, that we're not here to be barbecued.
Oh, hey, Kong the Animated Series is on Peacock.
Yes, because
All right.
every tribe, every isolated, tribe of islanders is all cannibals.
Look at the headdresses. I mean, the headdresses are insane. Like they have birds of every single color there on that island. And apparently every single breed.
There was a Donkey Kong Country series?
Hey, we're watching a movie, Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll tell my son about
Get
this.
on the webpage.
I was looking on my phone. Thank you very much.
All right, so the savages, the Indians, the indigenous people.
Nope, that's not good either.
I
The savages, the Indians, fuck.
I'm sorry. They are upset. They do not want them there.
Indigenous culture, Jesse.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Mark, how did the Americans...
They put a bunch of Japanese guys in blackface for this.
I know, dude. How did the Americans... what was one of the things that the Americans got to share with the indigenous people of the United States?
Typhoid?
Should say of the Americas. Okay. That's one thing.
Yeah, a lot of disease.
A lot of disease. The other thing was alcohol. Correct? Was that one of the things we introduced to them as well?
I mean, I think most of the early civilizations, though, developed their own type of local alcohol. I think that's like a common enough cultural experience.
Yeah. Right. Just remember that, because
a little bit more, that's actually a little bit iffy.
If not necessarily alcohol, but something that makes you intoxicated, either through plant ash or through fermented alcohol or something else.
Well, okay, a prevalence of mind-altering substances to one degree or another, sure, but that's not the same as booze.
Here you go. Notice what we're passing out here to the
Cigarettes.
People of... This is what we're introducing to this culture. Right now. And then we get this.
Most realistic sequence of the movie thus far.
They're going to give him a cigarette, aren't they?
Already did.
They're going... There you go, kid. Have to. Oh, wait a second. Mom needs one. Oh.
Mom always needs to smoke a cigarette.
Well, there you go. Giving children cigarettes.
I mean, it was the 60s. It was a different time.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can't show this movie
on a plane in the 60s.
Yeah, you can't show this movie anywhere. In modern times.
we got a person dressed up in blackface. We have
multiple persons.
a lot of things going on here.
All right. So are these supposed to be like the Iwi people from Kong Skull Island that worship Kong?
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe the Iwi people are supposed to be these guys, because this movie came first.
I suppose.
Get that,
time is relative.
Get that correct, sir.
Look, what time is a flat circle.
Actually, I don't know. What was the tribe called in the original 30-something?
The original King Kong came out in like the 30s. Yeah, this is
1933.
Could have been the Iwi, and I've never seen the original.
All right, so we see some thunder and lightning, and they're praying, and I imagine this is where we're going to find Kong.
Well, you see, Kong doesn't want to be fed; he wants to hunt.
No, find. This is where Kong will make an appearance.
Again, he's not a circus animal. He does not perform on command. He will show up if he chooses to show up.
Okay.
Kong is a wild animal full of all the dignity and grace inherent to Mother Nature. who is probably too busy currently throwing his feces on something else to appear for our movie.
That had
We're
to start from
20 minutes into this, and I have not seen a monster.
Mark.
You are an impatient baboon, sir.
Sit tight.
I'm seconds away from throwing my poop at the screen.
I would assume you already had.
I was willing to give this 5 minutes.
Yeah, you see, all those times that I've stood up for you and your generalized movie tastes and said, I know we disagree on things because you do likey the boom boom, but on occasion you can have a thoughtful discussion about more nuanced and patient filmmaking.
Sure.
And then now you're like, 5 minutes, kids smoking, blackface. What am I doing here?
Not enough neon, not enough Mandy.
Oh,
Mandy hadn't even been written at this point.
I know, but I like. Oh, by the way, so I forced my family to listen to Mandy the last time we took a car ride with my dad. Wherever it was.
Did you drive just like they did because it wouldn't have been that hard.
Well, my dad was driving. He would have been upset if I just grabbed the wheel out of his hand for a gag. But so that was 2 times. So that was 2 times ago. So we got back in the car, and for whatever reason, and I don't know why this happened, but the iPad automatically, as soon as we got in the car, started playing Mandy again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I had a good laugh at that. All right, so we're on another ship of some sort. This time with a different crew. These are Japanese fellows. And they're talking about the Seahawk that has gone missing, that had, as you called them, the idiots on it.
Yeah.
Look, they couldn't quite afford the Three Stooges, didn't have the budget for it.
I swear at one point in the submarine they yelled "abandon ship," and I was like, "That isn't going to work out so well, guys." And about that time, Godzilla made sure that it didn't happen.
Yeah, the way you abandon ship on a submarine is you can do it, but you have to be a certain. You can't be. There's a limit to how deep you can beat and pull it off.
See, that's why I was asking, because
So
they may not have been.
It looked like somebody vomited in the ocean.
That's the flare, pretty much, Mark Radulich. They were in distress.
Look at that! Look at that helicopter.
Oh, look! Oh, there. You know what that reminds me of? Now that you're making me say that it's an iceberg, it reminds me of the iceberg from
Titanic.
No, the iceberg from Titanic looked real. No, the iceberg from Brewster's Millions.
Oh!
Here he comes!
There's
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
26-22. Yoo!
Tearing his way out of an iceberg, and he is pissed.
Apparently, that was where they left him last time. The last Godzilla movie, he was.
Why are they
sending
sending out toy tanks?
Mark?
Because Godzilla's going to wreck stuff.
Oh, those are supposed to be real life tanks. Okay, cool.
What is? They are unloading.
Yes,
yeah, they're like, fuck him up.
That's clearly a real irradiated lizard.
He is unstoppable. One thing on his mind. He's already made it to shore, and he has. Oh yeah,
breath, and there he melts the totally real.
Watch the rest of these tanks. The rest of these tanks fuck off real quick. They're like, get the hell.
Smart.
Oh, he is tromping and stomping his way through this military base. This is like the Fast and the Furious here. They're all like, go, hit the gas.
Use his tail.
This is better than any Fast and the Furious movie, and you know it.
Boom.
Oh, look at his tail. Just wrecking shit. Yeah, that's what we came for.
Do it.
Atomic breath. Oh, everything's on fire.
Yeah,
it's on fire.
Unleashing.
Oh, Godzilla, you destructive force of nature. You atomic bomb analog, you.
Originally, yes. Part of what makes the original Gojira movie so compelling is when you really kind of dive down into his any of his attacks on a major city, and just understand that everyone involved is actually reacting to when the atomic bomb was dropped over Japan.
I love the headline on that. Godzilla attacks. Mankind is threatened. Again.
Godzilla. He shows up every now and then.
All right, and then they're very calmly talking about how Godzilla has reawakened from his hibernation sleep.
Well, there's no point in panic. It wouldn't help anything.
Not a lot of sense of urgency here.
Well,
I mean,
he's all the way over there.
they probably realize that there's not much of a chance that they have. I mean, and especially if he is a good ways away, there's
You can kind of see him coming from a long ways off.
yeah, they probably can tell when he's on his way there. Every animal remembers was born.
Oh my god, it's just like the plot of Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah, he
Attacked by Godzilla inevitable. Perfect.
No better way to describe it. It is inevitable.
Okay.
he's
so
upset.
the pharmacy guy's like, what? We've been driven from the front page by Godzilla.
Well, you gotta keep the shareholders happy, you understand. The
Hmm.
the one giant irradiated lizard breathing atomic breath, it's Godzilla. He'll show up, he'll wreck some stuff, he'll go away. Insurance companies will pay out, contractors will make bank, but our profits are still important, and we still need to be able to command enough market share to remain a viable, somewhat liquid corporate entity.
Hey, you know what would be really fun? If someone had done a podcast about movie monsters to go along with this. Like just the history of movie monsters. Big giant movie monsters
Yeah,
as villains in film.
yeah.
That might have been fun. Did someone do that?
I think someone did.
Good for them.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Plug buried.
Bump set into the stands.
For the record, the gag here, ladies and gentlemen, is that we are slowly working our way through the process of archiving and then subsequently re-releasing old material that we have that was part of the Blog Talk Radio, including a show I used to host. I hosted for about 3 years, called Everyone Loves a Bad Guy, and I do think there was an episode of that I did.
There was.
On movie monsters. I don't know how. I haven't
There
listened to
was.
it or thought about it in so long that I can't remember if I actually talked about Godzilla or
There
Kong
was.
or their interactions with each other.
I'm gonna send you the link.
I know the thing exists, Mark. I'm genuinely not sure how much I talked about Godzilla on that podcast, though.
Now I am very curious if the dialogue that happens here is what they used in the dubbed version, which I doubt it is, but it is ridiculous as to what he says. It's coming up here in a few, but there's a whole, let's just see if it happens. There's a whole thing where the guy, the scaredy cat guy here, this guy swinging the lizard around, where he says that he's in pain, and he asks him, well, what's going on? And he goes, what's the matter? And he goes, my corns act up as a monster. And I was like, okay,
Gosh, I love it when people talk about their feet in movies.
dude, it
Your
goes
Pornhub history search is your own problem, sir.
You broke up there, bud. You're kind of fading in and out.
It goes on a lot longer.
All right, I heard Robert say Pornhub, and then you say it goes on a lot longer. So now I don't know what we're talking about.
You said I love when people talk about their feet. I said your Pornhub search history is your own problem.
And then Jesse talked about something getting longer. I don't understand.
That sequence in the American version is longer and features the guy running slowly going, oh, my bunions.
Got it. Thank you.
They're bleeding my bunions.
Because Americans and their humor, we love jokes.
They have not mentioned the corns yet, so it may be something that is completely removed or added, I should say. Bastardized.
A regional difference.
All right, so. Oh, okay. I remember when I was watching this earlier, what we're going to get into with our family here in this hut.
I feel like they're about to fight over the last pack of cigarettes.
He's just going out for a smoke, Mom. Leave him alone.
I need tobacco.
What is this?
I appreciate that reference.
Here we go.
The Blob? Is the Blob showing up here too? 'Cause that would be awesome.
Boy.
Is this a triple threat now? Godzilla versus King Kong versus
boy.
the Blob?
Only for King Ghidorah to show up in a hood and go, "It was me, Godzilla. It was me all along."
All alone.
I was the author of all your pain, Godzilla.
Oh, listen to this. Turn it up and listen to these sound effects. It gets great.
Jokes about the effects aside, the music is quite good.
Yeah, very ominous.
Speaking of music, Mark,
Mm.
this looks like a squid or an octopus.
Yeah, it's got squiddish properties. And okay, so this has got to be a cue for King Kong to come up, because in every movie I've ever seen with King Kong in it, he fights a giant squid.
Sure. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to this nice family that we've just been introduced to, fighting over cigarettes.
Yeah, it definitely is squid. It's got tentacles.
The Kraken.
Cthulhu.
No, that's clearly not Cthulhu.
All right, the natives are restless. They are they are running. Come on, where's King Kong?
Told you, he's still throwing his feces around. He is a majestic creature, and he will not conform to your specific demands or requirements, sir.
Huh. They're chucking their spears at this giant octopus. And if you guys can hear it on your end, they legitimately just stuck a microphone up to an octopus, and you can hear like all the nasty, like wet sounds that this thing makes.
Yeah, wet sounds.
Where's some wet sounds?
That's almost as bad as moist.
So, just
How is that a bad thing?
A little bit of trivia here that I learned earlier today. So there were four octopi that were filmed in this scene. 3 made it out alive, and the fourth one, the special effects guy, ate.
Good for them. That's actually one of my favorite scenes from the South Korean film Old Boy, when the actor actually eats a live octopus for the take.
Ooh, nasty.
If you've never seen that movie, you're missing out.
Dude, I've heard so many good things about it. I've never sat down and watched it, though. I'm trying to figure out what they're throwing at this octopus. It ain't dynamite because it's not exploding.
Who knows? It's miscellaneous detritus. Might be throwing their camera equipment at it. Because remember, they're here on a PR mission. They're going to get pictures of Godzilla, or excuse me, of Kong.
Well, they're going to
gunfire. It really does boggle the mind how this indigenous tribe of people could have been on this island for so long and have no concrete plan of action to repel what I assume are regular giant squid attacks.
Yeah.
Octopus. Either way.
Oh, here he comes.
Poor civic planning.
I will tell you, they definitely lightened up the film on the American version. This one is really, really dark.
For the record, he means that purely cinematically.
Oh, yeah.
You might even say it's artificially dark. Hi-oh!
Much like the actors.
Blackface jokes. I love them.
It's been a long time since we've been able to have a good the Kong. God, look at that. Pick up the octopus. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You know, in a fight between a shark and an octopus, the octopus wins if it's loosely commensurate size.
So, shouldn't the octopus be in water?
Yes. Well, yes, it should. They are not amphibious. As
Chuck
Kongs
another
are
stone
throwing
at him.
rocks.
Pick it up.
He's just chucking rocks at it now.
That octopus is no selling.
Yeah, is a nonplussed.
No sell. All right, I'm out of here.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want him to throw any more rocks at me. I'll just go.
he's actually like, you know what? I'm on my union break now. I will be back when my union mandated break is up, and I will resume eating people once the imperialists have taken Kong for their.
In Kong Skull Island, Kong just like picks up the squid and eats it. He should have eaten that one. What the hell? Uh-oh. He's going to drink the steroid berry juice.
I can't wait till
It's basically chlorine gas. They're just trying to knock him out with it.
Can't wait to see Kong in the day. If you think he looks bad now, just wait.
Oh, I remember.
He looks like a dirt machine. Gosh.
It's like Pigpen, just walking around with a big pile of smoke around him. Dirt.
You're not wrong.
Oh, he's getting high off his own supply.
Yeah, he's partaking, sir. He's going to feel a little groggy here in a few.
His biggest complaint once they start transporting is they're giving him red caps instead of yellow caps. Had to beat Mark to a Wire reference that one of these times.
Then that's bingo, everybody.
Yes, sir.
We need to add blackface jokes to the bingo card. You know, my brother actually has almost one of those made up. I forget how big it was at last check.
Up and down goes Kong.
Nice. Oh, he's out.
Yep.
You know, really, much as I appreciate them wanting to exploit the big ape, how are they going to even get him onto the ship now?
Yeah. I don't remember how that's explored, or even if it is. It isn't in the new movie, I can tell you that much.
Well, I'm just watching this and I'm realizing the people who wrote the Monsterverse movies really did go back and watch the old. They watched this, they watched the old Godzilla films, and they really took liberally from those things.
Oh,
I'm not even joking.
They were fans, man. There's no doubt.
The new one is so creatively bankrupt, of course. All they could do was steal liberally from others. They may as well have had Brett Ratner direct it.
But he is a pervert.
And the guy who directed this one wasn't.
Well, we don't know that. He's not a known pervert or racist.
I think, did every Toho movie have to have some kind of like
big choreographed song and dance number?
Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Which was clearly this scene was clearly ripped off of the Matrix 2, the Matrix Reloaded.
Oh, stop!
Will you stop?
When it comes to the history, I mean, Mark, did you ever watch any of these Toho films at all?
No.
Okay.
No, as I said when we reviewed Godzilla versus Kong.
Godzilla and Hell? Oh, no.
Yeah, Godzilla.
Godzilla and Hell was a fun listen, by the way.
Was it? Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Because
apart from the fact that neither of you had any appropriate context for either the Godzilla references or the architecture and layout of Hell.
Yeah. That's where the Dante's Inferno question came from. Is that right?
Yes, I listened to that and went, okay, it's pretty clear neither of you.
Oh, wait till later in the year when Alexis and I read Mickey's Dante's Inferno.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse goes to hell.
That sounds kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, it's I can't wait to talk about it. We're doing that the week of Cruella.
Who is doing that book? Any idea? I'll look it up.
Who write
Mickey Mouse going into
it's Mickey. Look up Mickey's Inferno.
All right, I'll look it up.
They're
still dancing. Just let me know when they stop dancing. I'll cut back.
Sure.
Okay.
And this isn't nearly as awkward and uncomfortable as the scene in The Matrix, by the way.
This needed to be in the new movie. We needed one of these.
Yeah, we needed. Well, they killed all the Iwi off screen. Spoilers.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now they're actually discussing how we're gonna get home. How about we build a raft?
why not put floaties on Kong and just float on Kong?
You would need something with enough buoyancy to keep the giant ape above them.
Now this guy's excited.
Somehow, however, they did manage to pull it out.
This guy's excited. Obviously, his story is here. He's got his own monster. He doesn't have to worry about Godzilla. Now his King Kong is taking the newspaper by storm. Advertising, whatever it is.
There we go. There's the inspiration for Mad Men. Hang on. You've got this. You have, in fact, stolen Kong and proven he exists. You won't need any more advertising, right? You kidding? There's no such thing as too much advertising. More ideas.
By the way, Jesse, I need to start a whole subset of source material with just Chris Sheehan and I doing wordless comics.
Oh, I would think that would go over swimmingly. Dude, the Warrior one was great, and this one with
now
Godzilla
now this guy is trying to set up the match between Kong and Godzilla, all to sell some knockoff variation of Viagra.
I think that works, man. Okay, so they've built a crude raft.
Yep.
I don't know if this film survives under any kind of scrutiny.
Dude, your son's scrutiny would be too much for this film.
He was so funny with King Kong earlier. He was like, "Wait, he's dead?" I'm like, "Yeah, he fell off a building, Jonas."
Yes,
and he's riddled with bullet holes. He was like, "But he's the star of the movie. They can't kill him." And I'm like, "Well, he's dead. I don't know what you want from me." And he's like, "This is stupid."
Yes, you can in fact kill the main character.
You sure can.
It's an entire genre of storytelling.
He's 7. He doesn't know. We're still working through Paw Patrol books.
You've got to get him on. You've got to get him onto the more serious fare soon.
He's fucking 7. What do you want him to read? War and Peace?
No, that's at least 12.
My daughter just read The Hobbit.
Well, The Hobbit is children's fare.
Yep. I'm gonna get it. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say they've loaded the raft with dynamite just in case. And this buffoon, who's been all about King Kong, just about blew him to hell.
Why is the plunger for the dynamite out in the open? You were questioning us saying that these people should have been done by the Three Stooges before, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the gorilla smiles?
That's the Ewoks, by the way. Why are these guys wearing Hawaiian shirts?
Because they're on a boat in the Pacific Ocean.
Shouldn't they have uniforms of some sort?
They're not military personnel.
Suits, maybe? Aren't they business people?
They're on a boat in the Pacific Island, Mark.
They're not on a cruise.
No, if they were on a cruise, they'd be wearing different shirts.
Ugh. All right, so far we saw Kong fight a squid in the dark, and it won by throwing rocks at it.
He won because the octopus got bored and his union-mandated break came up.
I love how Mark is just like, this has got to be just fight after fight after fight after fight in order to keep stuff interesting.
Have you not heard my review of Godzilla of Godzilla versus Kong where I gushed about that? And that was 3 fights.
2 of which weren't even any good.
Ugh, I'm not having that discussion with you again. That was Monday.
Yeah, you can find our full review of Godzilla versus Kong in the archives.
Plug. Who is in charge of Kong? I am. Pacific Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, so...
National Security Council, the police, and the Department of Commerce have determined that Kong constitutes a national security threat and is smuggled goods.
So, yeah, these guys are showing up pretty much telling him, hey, you're bringing Kong into the country. That's not a good idea. That's not happening.
Turn us into... Doesn't that violate Kong's rights?
So really, but like everything else, though, this boils down to liability.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, hey, if you're willing to take responsibility for whatever destruction is caused, you can do whatever the fuck you want,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll sue you later. I'll sue. I'll sue. Oh, she dropped a plate.
Yeah, so I think there was a little bit of a storyline where she read the paper and the plane that he was supposed to be on went down.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been thinking he's been dead for a while. And so Fumi, the girl that was really worried about him, left to go towards the place where he left, I think, or where the plane supposedly crashed. And guess who else is going to be there? Godzilla.
Who? Gojira?
Yeah.
Godzilla has landed in Matsushima Bay. I want to go to the kid. I want to go see Godzilla.
There goes Tokyo. Go, go, Godzilla. Woo!
You really need another song to reference when it comes to Godzilla.
Don't cry out loud. Just keep it inside. Is that better?
No.
Perfect.
Need you to find a good song to reference.
So he's got to go and try and get her out of there while she's on a train. He's like, oh, well, I got to go stop or get her so she doesn't get hurt because Godzilla's on the way over there.
Didn't they say she was going to Hokkaido?
Yeah, Hokkaido's where Godzilla's on his way to.
Makes sense.
What's in Hokkaido? Is it Mechagodzilla? Does he feel its pulse?
For the record, Hokkaido is, I believe, the furthest northern isle of Japan.
Is it being evacuated for a few people that are there so they can have, they can be there and fight without hurting people?
No, not right now, Mark.
Okay.
Not yet.
Godzilla past Sendai. There he is.
Will a female monster show up and upstage both of them?
It's the 60s, Mark. No.
Will this feature a maniacal businessman who fears the might and strength of the god Godzilla? These are Batman v Superman jokes.
It's the 60s, Mark. The answer is no.
Okay.
All right, we're sending the military in to do a little recon. Oh, guess what? There's a train. There's a Godzilla.
They're trying to warn people.
Is he on the train? Is he commuting?
He is going to be on the train pretty soon.
Oh God.
Faster than you could ever stop a train in real life right there.
Yeah, no kidding. Godzilla is heading this way. Get the hell off of the train.
Why not just send the train back to where it came from?
Well, that's what's funny is one guy was like...
Trains can only reverse in a fraction of the speed and power that they can going forward, and even that might be a slightly more modern invention.
I think they just trampled that woman.
Almost certainly. But trains could... There's a non-trivial chance that trains could not go backwards in the 60s. It was go forward until you got to a spot where you could enter a roundabout. See, look, they brought buses at least.
Yeah, I'm glad they had the buses there. That was pretty...
Very convenient place for that.
Exactly.
For them to stop.
So why is Godzilla going to this town? What's drawing him here? Why does he feel the need to destroy this particular place?
He's just heading south.
For the winter? Is he migrating?
Sure. He wants the warmer... He's a lizard. He wants warmer climates.
Okay, that tracks. Is he trying to lay eggs? Is he asexual?
No, Mark. And how dare you?
These are valid questions, Robert Winfree.
Yeah, have your raptor knockoffs chase you around Madison Square Garden. which is a legitimately well put together scene, if not for how bad the rest of that movie is.
I was explaining that to my son because we were actually talking about that Godzilla because he brings it up a lot, seeing as he got to be on it. And I was like, yeah, it's a perfectly good monster movie. It's just not a good Godzilla movie. And he was like, what's the difference? And I'm like, well, you have to see the old Godzilla films.
I would genuinely argue it's not even a very good monster movie.
I mean, your taste in 90s comedy,
Godzilla's on the train.
Thanks, Jesse. Jesse interrupting our conversation about a whole other movie.
The one that's on right now.
Yeah, he is just wrecking stuff. See, like, here's the problem. What I liked about Godzilla versus Kong was Godzilla had clear motivation for what he was doing. Here, he's just like randomly walking around, klutzy-like, just knocking things over for no apparent reason.
Well, he's knocking them over because they're in his way.
Exactly.
But
they're in his
again,
way.
is he trying to get to someplace? Like in the 98 one, he was trying to get to Madison Square Garden to build a nest to lay his eggs.
He is a force of nature.
Eggs.
He doesn't need reason.
This is not 2012 or whatever the fuck the name of that stupid movie was.
2012.
Or the day after tomorrow.
Okay. He is, though. He's a force of nature.
I understand the metaphor he's supposed to be a force of nature, for, but he in fact is a character in this movie.
One of the things,
motivations.
Godzilla shows up and is drawn towards Tokyo, where he can cause maximal destruction. That's just
it's
what he does.
It's interesting that in the American version, they specifically answered Mark's question.
Thank you.
They said that they brought up Godzilla's brain size in the right at the beginning preamble when they first learned about Godzilla. But anyway, Godzilla's brain is about the size of a marble. Okay?
There's no way it's accurate.
And
biologically.
That's what they said. So the point they were trying to get across is to satisfy people like Mark. So he has no brain function other than to just go. That's all he does is just walk and go where he's going to go.
But any animal that just goes has to have a reason for going.
He's going south for the winter.
He wants to go.
Warmer climate.
Does he want to? Yeah. Does he want to go south? He'll go south because it's warmer down there.
Oh, according to the UN.
Whatever.
Oh, they're thinking about dropping a nuke on the nuclear monster.
Yeah, that should fix a lot of issues.
Uh-huh.
Matter of fact, they make some unwise decisions here, even though they do not drop a bomb, or at least right now they're discussing that would be the last resort.
We need Jeff Goldblum to come in here and throw trash around and be mad that they're spoiling the environment. That's an Independence Day reference, kids.
Yes, it is. I get it.
Thank you.
King Kong's awake.
King Kong has woken up.
Uh-oh.
But he's restrained by that wonderful filament.
They're like, he's roused. What should we do? Oh, he's just a shaking and a fussing and a fighting.
Well, this guy does not want to see his infest.
All right, so that character's clearly comedy relief.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely.
Let's cut him. Right. We'll leave the ape adrift in the Pacific Ocean.
That is a cable, about Godzilla? Right? Look, hacking through that. Whoa. So that man is King Kong's sponsor.
Yes.
He is sponsoring him coming into the country. He's like, all right, I'm bringing him in.
They're fighting over whether or not they should blow up Kong.
Oh, my gosh.
But it is too late. The wires have been cut, and the stupid ape will live another day.
I'll shoot the dynamite. Just wait for that guy to grab the guy's gun and accidentally pull the trigger that blows up the dynamite.
I mean, they have scopes on these rifles, and they're not hitting
They're not using them at all. What? Wait a second now. Maybe. Oh,
they nailed it finally. It's a 1 in a million shot.
It's not a 1 in a million, but that's more difficult than you think it is.
Thanks, Data.
Kong is...
If only this were the end of Kong.
Kong is dead.
One can hope.
Oh, maybe not.
No, now he's just a wet. There's no way they're in water that shallow with that ship. Just no way. That suit was not designed to be wet.
No.
Now we know Godzilla's heading south, so let's get in front of him and we'll dig a giant hole in the ground. Which, not the worst idea in the world.
No, I mean, a natural barrier. Maybe it'll deflect him, and he will just decide, well, I don't want to go up that this time, and go turn around.
Come on, let's go, little darling.
All right, so here's their plan. This is great. I love this plan. We'll ignite gasoline along the river to guide him here. Okay. Now, when they say they're going to ignite gasoline along the river, they actually mean they're going to ignite gasoline in the river. They're going to pour gasoline into their water supply.
Well, the fire will purify it.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah.
Not really, but
You could drink it right after it
Oh,
catches fire.
why is
Have you
Kong
ever
doing the
played-
Macarena?
Oh, yeah, here we go. He is pissed.
Oh, he tripped. Oopsie, he's tripping. When they cut away from it.
well, yeah, he fell right afterwards. He wasn't
I want to
supposed
see him fall. Who edited this?
So here you go. King Kong is guided by animalistic instincts, and he is sensing Godzilla.
Okay, that tracks.
Wonderful roadblocks they have set up here.
Yeah. He's like, hey, just wave them on through and yell at them as they pass.
Hey, you fuckers.
Stop it. No. Okay, see you later.
Apparently, Pacific Pharmaceuticals has a lot of power in this country.
Yeah, they do.
It's more that he's legally responsible for the big monkey.
Oh. Kong's
Oh,
arm.
shit. Here we go. It took us an hour, but we're finally here.
Oh, man.
1 hour exactly before you see Godzilla and Kong in the same setting. Not in the same frame just yet, but in the same setting. There's Godzilla. Oh, there's that roar of his.
It's about to happen. There is
Fun
going
fact.
to be a throwdown. King Kong's arms have gone out of control.
Fun
You
fact
see-
about the Godzilla scream, the famous Godzilla roar. It's actually a very, I forget which. It's a cemetery gate swinging open. That's very rusty.
Really?
Nice.
Oh, yeah. It's on like
Godzilla mocking the suit on Kong.
I like how he has to like turn and do that. And there's Kong doing some sort of rhythmic dancing. Hey, wow, dude.
Those,
There's-
those.
They couldn't
Special
even
effects.
build bendy hands in the costume.
Well, the problem is that the arms are so long.
Now, what idiot decided to fly a helicopter in front of Godzilla?
Directly in front of Godzilla.
Oh, more rocks.
Oh, that's
He's
his move.
throwing.
That's his move to throw rocks.
Yeah, you can see the. Hang on, you can see the different suits there now that he has dexterity with his hands. The arms
Yeah.
are shrunk about 3 feet.
Oh,
Godzilla very much using his his atomic breath.
does not know how to handle this.
He also has
the.
the
Oh,
Godzilla has the high ground, which is not good. We learned that in Revenge of the Sith.
well, shit.
An atomic lizard is stronger than your stupid giant gorilla. Who'd have thought?
Bring it on, Kong. Come on, I'm right here, boy. Let's do this.
What are you chicken?
I wanted to see him like throw punches. Like so
Hang
far,
on.
it's just been.
Well, that's too bad, Mark, because that's the end of that fight.
Oh, he's just gonna
Kong
fuck off into
wanders-
the woods.
He's gonna head into the woods to live deliberately. He has seen the limitations of his own physical might, and is now going to try and reassess what value he offers to the world if he's not the biggest and or strongest.
Kong's
Poor
a pussy in
Kong.
this movie, man.
In every movie, Mark. That's the point. He's a giant bitch. Samuel L. Jackson was 5 seconds away from killing him before Loki showed up to stop Nick Fury's fun.
Uh-huh.
So here's
meanwhile in Godzilla 2014, they took a little bit too much inspiration from the Ultimates version of Marvel by having Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch be involved romantically.
Yes.
that is a very good call right there. Very good callback.
He saw it in pitch meeting. I'm not letting him take credit for that.
Oh.
I made that connection. I'm stealing the joke, but the connection was there for sure already.
I got you.
That's fine, you hack. It's still a stolen joke. And I'm not letting you get away with it.
Uh-huh.
So you see what they're planning here, Mark. They got spinning high tension wires to keep Godzilla out. And a big pit.
That hopefully we can cover up with enough stuff to keep Godzilla from figuring out what's going on.
Let's ecologically destroy our island by pouring gasoline.
For probably a decade.
Straight into the water supply. Right into the ground.
Doesn't seem like a sound strategy.
Well, it's either that or get stepped on by a big lizard. So,
Jesse, have you ever seen Bambi versus Godzilla?
I heard a very accurate description of it, as a matter of fact.
Believe it or not, I forget what movie it was in front of, but I have actually seen that. I'd seen that well before you guys brought that up. I was a kid. My grandfather showed me that on some other movie and thought it was hilarious.
It's a very good film.
A David Mamet quality film right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now we get fire.
Purify that water. There you go.
God, that looks like barbecue fire.
All about. Uh-oh. You don't like fire too well.
He's made of a fucking nuclear energy.
He's not a fan of fire.
They're using
Frankenstein?
It's more they're steering him. He's like, I don't want to go through it if I don't have to, and there's an easier way to walk, so I'll walk that way.
I feel like the Monsterverse Godzilla would just walk through the fire like Kane.
The Monsterverse Godzilla is at least 8 times bigger than this one. Like,
at least.
Someone did that. There exists somewhere a scale difference of Godzilla from movie to movie. And the Godzilla from like 2014 is, I mean, the other Godzillas from both King of the Monsters.
Oh God!
Watch that first step.
The actor knew that hole was there. He's like, oh, it's still over. Try Udikin.
Now we detonate explosives linked to poison gas.
Yes, that's right. It is. There's poison gas in there.
And we really hope that the prevailing winds don't change.
First things first, kill Godzilla. Then we'll breathe later.
I guess so.
See, what they needed was a second part where they collapsed other stuff on top of him.
Yes. Bury his ass. Mark, you mentioned earlier, what is he, Frankenstein? That's probably one of those elements I was talking about that they pulled from the original idea.
Uh-oh. Godzilla's crawling out of the hole and he's pissed. Hey, nobody trips me.
Operation Burial has failed.
Feel like that's not a very creative name.
Little on the nose there.
King Kong is on the move. Kong is headed for Tokyo.
Oh, yeah, here we go. His arms have gotten bigger.
Is he going to Tokyo to get like a magic sword or something?
Oh.
No. That's the largest concentration of bananas.
It's not nice to call Japanese people bananas, dude.
He's a gorilla. He eats bananas. Which is not even necessarily the most accurate sentiment, but I'm playing with the gag.
It's one thing to run from a typhoon. It's a whole other thing to run from King Kong or Godzilla, whatever the hell she said.
Yes. Exactly right.
So I'm really over the human drama in this movie.
Oh, shut up.
It took an hour to get to the titular fight scene the movie was named after, and then we immediately cut away from it after a few rocks were thrown.
Well, you see, look, Kong tried throwing the rocks. It didn't work. Now he has to come up with a new plan. He's been hitting stuff with rocks his whole life, and that's been getting it done for him up until now. Now this atomic breathing lizard shows up, and like, I gotta rethink some things.
My whole gimmick is done. It doesn't work.
WWE banned slapping the thigh when you land a kick. Now Johnny Gargano is nothing.
So this might go without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway because this is an audio commentary. But there's a lot of Godzilla in this Godzilla movie.
Oh,
who'd have thought?
Not a lot of Kong.
Hey,
Kong sucks.
Winfree, you talked about. You may be saving this up till later, but don't forget to talk about the prevailing myth.
Oh yeah.
Just talk about it now. Wait.
That's Godzilla.
Godzilla, I don't like power lines.
Some power lines that have been reinforced.
Giving him a good look. He's like,
I've been thwarted by power lines. Damn you.
Oh no, he's about to be he walks around them. Let me see if over here. Maybe I'll get the same result. Maybe I'll get a different one.
Well, still them damn wires again.
Godzilla the scientist.
Hey, look, if the Raptors can figure out which parts of the fence were electrified, I'll allow Godzilla a little bit of stimulus response.
No.
As Kong monkeys up on Tokyo. For the longest time, there was the biggest urban myth imaginable about this movie. Because there was a Japanese version and an American version, again, and Jesse's gone over a few of the slight differences between them. There was just an urban legend about there being two different endings. That in the American ending, Kong wins because Kong is an American creation. Whereas in Japan, Godzilla wins because Godzilla was a Japanese creation. This was such a pervasive legend that rumors of this alternate ending existed in like official published material. It's totally not true.
Why is Kong eating the power lines?
Because he likes electricity.
Because he is a stupid gorilla.
Electricity is a big thing in regards to his origin, apparently, in this movie.
You see, he's going to electrify himself. He's going to power up, and this will give him the strength to fight Godzilla on even terms.
I hope that's real.
You think I'm joking?
Remember how the storm happened on the island?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's foreshadowing.
Okay.
He is like reckless abandon.
We've seen a scene of Godzilla walking into power lines, immediately followed by a King Kong walking into power lines. I'm just saying that it's a bit redundant.
But one didn't like the power lines and one did.
Okay. Because monkeys are known for being able to absorb electricity.
Thanks for injecting your logic in on that one. On the big monster movie that we're watching.
I'm just saying,
Get on another train. Get on another train. It's the safest place to go.
Get in a small enclosed environment that can be easily destroyed by a giant monster.
Everybody packed together.
Like sardines. So again, just for the record, there is no alternate version where Godzilla wins. Kong always wins.
That's right.
In the dumbest booking decision since John Cena beating the Nexus single-handedly at Survivor Series years ago.
Wasn't it SummerSlam?
I don't know. No, because they had an elimination tag match. I want to say, I think it was Survivor.
Yeah, it was SummerSlam. It's the one where Daniel Bryan came back after choking Justin Roberts.
Okay, SummerSlam. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Oh no.
Ah!
Ongoing over Godzilla in this movie is one of the dumbest booking decisions in the history of professional wrestling.
Everybody was... Is he going to eat the train?
Oh, yeah, he's going to chomp it right up.
But Kong does... Look, he's examining the woman. He's like, oh, she's not white.
She's not my type. She's not a white blonde. It just drops it.
Lucky for the lady that he saved and the other 50 people that just died in that train car.
Oh, I love her acting. She
No,
actually
she's-
she put her arm across her forehead and went, "Oh, the vapors."
Oh, a monkey's got me.
Oh, heavens to Betsy! What shall I do? In Japanese, though,
Oh, yes. Oh,
which I
here
will
comes the
not
fairy
imitate
tale
because I'm
tanks
not
and
racist.
cars.
Right, Jesse? I'm not racist. I'm not going to imitate it.
That's correct.
I'm not going to draw attention to how the
Do
Japanese
not,
pronounce things with
please,
R's.
continue. All right.
That's purely because their language, ours are not natural. That's why a lot of kids have so many problems with them. And the Japanese language doesn't actually have the phonetic R in it.
Okay.
Now, Winfree, before he goes any further, can you cue him up for like an ad or something? Because I want him to stop right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mark, since we're talking about the phonetic language and its various values, I wonder, are we sponsored potentially by anything that could help you with your writing?
Winfree, as a matter of fact, we are. We are at an hour and 20 minutes into this.
He tried to cue you up earlier and you shut him down. So I don't know what.
For you listeners of the Radulich and Broadcasting Network on W2M, Grammarly is offering a free download of the Grammarly software. Grammarly's AI-powered products help people communicate more effectively. Grammarly helps you write mistake-free on Facebook, Gmail, Twitter, LinkedIn, and nearly anywhere else you write on the web. Grammarly corrects hundreds of grammar, punctuation, and spelling mistakes while also catching contextual errors, improving your vocabulary, and suggesting style improvements. To download Grammarly today, go to getgrammarly.com/W2M network. Again, that's getgrammarly.com/W2M network to download Grammarly for free. All right, I'm good now, Jesse. Thanks.
Good job. Good job.
As this one gentleman, like, give me back my fiance.
So, clearly they're aping the movie that we're all familiar with in regards to King Kong, where he's got the beautiful damsel in distress and climbing a building.
Yes.
Because this worked out so well for him last time.
Somebody that's a line in the Peter Jackson version where someone's like, "Why would he climb a building and get cornered?" He's a dumb animal. He didn't know any better.
Which is correct. Kong is, in fact, a dumb, stupid ape.
Why are you racist against apes?
What?
Why are you racist against apes?
I'm not racist against apes. He's a gorilla. I don't like gorillas.
Oh, why are you racist against gorillas?
No reason.
Is he touching his nipple?
He might be.
He's scratching his chest.
He does have a woman in his hand. He might be horny.
He was looking her over. And he's rubbing himself there. This is okay.
This movie's about to get nasty. Buck
yeah. Oh man. Well, let me go see if I can find some. I know what's going to be happening here, so I want to see if I can find some interesting bits of trivia about the movie.
Okay. Like 15 minutes left of the movie. Can't you just pay attention?
The artillery opens up.
They're firing rockets at him. I'm not sure where they were aiming, though. That seemed to... Okay. Oh, it's over his head.
Yeah, they're dropping
berry juice.
Cocaine?
No, that would have the opposite effect.
Oh, you know what? That might be like heroin made into aerosol.
And he goes sleepy monkey.
Oh
no, not just yet. Not just yet. There we go. Now we get the drums going.
Yeah, that's how I go to sleep at night, with rhythmic drums.
And that does not surprise me at all.
Oh, I like how he's like really into the drumming too. See him shimmy his shoulders there? I saw it. Is he jerking off?
He's a gorilla. Of course he is.
Oh, Kong dreams of home.
One of the bodily fluids he chucks at people.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, he's a gorilla. They're gross.
Giant lizard, A-OK. Giant gorilla, gross.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand what's so complicated about this.
Oombaga, oombaga, do 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 do.
Oh.
And down. What? He's swaying. He's starting to. He's starting to shimmy.
Oh, look at the doll in his hands. Oh, there he goes. Oh no.
I'm trying. Can't do it. So tired. It's a nice, comfortable building to lay on.
I'm gonna sit here. Oh,
and he can't support his weight. Nighty night.
I'm just gonna lay here. Oh.
Okay. All right.
And down goes Kong. And he puts the Barbie doll down.
Because he is a big, dumb, useless ape.
Kali Ma, Shakti Day.
Yeah, a little bit. Got that same vibe to it, doesn't it?
No. Oh, she's dead. She's dead. She's dead, Jim.
All right, so what's going to happen here, Jesse?
Well, a real girl is going to come out from behind the hand instead of the doll.
Perfect.
You're going to be able to draw a parallel from this movie to the most recent one here in a second.
That's why we're doing this. Synergy, man.
That's right, buddy.
We need, like, Leslie Nielsen to, like, hit her in the face, and then a nun, you know.
We really don't need an airplane reference in this
two jive-talking black guys.
If that happened on this, then Airplane would have ripped this off, and we would have been really
because this happened first. You keep saying that. And I keep telling you time is relative.
Yes.
No, it's only relative to the nearest to the most dense gravitational body. It's not relative based on 1963 to 1972.
So they, here comes, they've decided we're just going to let them fight it out, and
let them fight.
Yeah, one of them's going to kill the other, or both of them kill each other, and then we're good to go.
You know what this movie needs?
Tell me.
A physics scientist that knows how to create a machine that will generate a portal. So that way they can shove Kong into the portal. And it'll dump out in front of Godzilla.
Brilliant.
Mark, why are you the way you are?
This is a story about a giant lizard fighting a giant ape. It can be anything I want it to be.
Well, yeah, but it's not.
So, have we...
There is just way too much time in this movie spent on the logistics of trying to transport Kong around. I'm just saying, had they come up with a simple magic solution, we could move on to the fighting already, to the punchy parts.
I mean, I don't know how much of this movie Kong has slept through.
Not enough.
Way too much time with the human Japanese people.
So,
not enough. I don't know why I had to specify they were human.
The human Japanese people. So, remember earlier, apparently, and I wasn't watching here, but have they talked about how their normal ropes and cables won't hold Kong?
Yeah, so our inventive gentleman is now getting this one chance to use his
Chekhov's wire, baby.
Use his patent-pending material and hope no one steals the idea.
You're so smart, Jesse.
Oh,
I bet you listen to a really good film podcast and have learned a few things.
I have, as a matter of fact.
I can't imagine which one is. Sure as hell isn't ours.
Critically acclaimed.
There you go. You will learn a thing or two. Just make them gay. I told you about that, right?
Oh, what? Making them gay?
Yeah. If I didn't, okay. So Whitney Seibald's commenting on the scene in Wonder Woman 84 between Kristen Wiig and Gal Gadot where they're eating lunch, and they're flirting with each other, and he put on Twitter, and he references on Twitter, and he just make them gay already.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Which I think would have made for a better movie.
Would have gotten around the weird rape discussion about Steve Trevor's consciousness invading another guy.
Yep, we could have avoided that awkwardness altogether. So they're going to airlift him with balloons? That's the plan?
Come on. The one recently did it with helicopters. This is actually more realistic.
I like my idea better. Portal.
Yeah, sure. Oh,
I got no strings to hold me down.
Stronger than steel, smooth as silk.
That's what she said.
Wow.
No, it isn't.
You don't know what she said. You weren't even in the room.
She told me.
Ew.
Look, I can't help who those you have traumatized turn to, sir. Oh, they're headed to Mount Fuji.
Oh, we got 13 minutes left, and we got to have a throwdown here. I mean, jeez.
We're building to our big, giant conclusion.
I'd much rather there not be an actual fight between the two of them and just to subvert my expectations. I don't need anything other than this visual right here, to be quite honest.
Of them Pinocchioing fucking King Kong.
Look at King Kong. His facial features are just...
Hey, look, it's the Paramount logo.
Oh.
It's Mount Fuji. That's not the Paramount logo.
It's the Paramount logo.
Not every mountain is the Paramount mountain, Mark. That's kind of the point.
It's Paramount Plus.
Oh, there's Godzilla.
Does he have a helmet on? No. Okay.
He's trying to make his way up a hill, and they're going to drop a damn monkey on him.
I'm just trying to climb Mount Fuji. It's one of the things on my bucket list. I have a permit. What are you doing?
Godzilla is laughing at King Kong.
I would be. Hey, monkey, how's your day going?
West, I kicked your ass, and now you're being floated by a bunch of balloons. Oh, this is hilarious. Here we go.
Okay, I wish they had added 99 Luff balloons to this song. I understand 99 Luff balloons won't be written for another 20 years, but 99 Luff balloons.
Beautiful. All right, it's on, Mark. Here we go.
Here we go. This is what we've been waiting for. An hour and 25 fucking minutes.
Here we go. It's just as good as just start that music right now.
Is he running away from Godzilla or running towards him?
Away. He wants the high ground.
He better drop an elbow then, or throw a pie.
He has the high ground now, so he will throw another rock.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna grab a rock. You know,
is this all he does is throw a rock? He doesn't throw punches?
Not
put him in a full Nelson.
Not with that particular. Okay, now he's hiding.
Yeah, this is some straight up heel shit right here.
I am luring him into a trap.
I saw this scene in the fucking Fellowship of the Ring. The hobbits hid underneath a tree. And then Nazgul making that same sound. We're looking for him.
And ambush.
Oh, shit. He's going to grab he's mesmerized by that tail.
He grabs it, and now
he's got him caught a tiger by a tail, and he gets fucking snap-mared over. Irish whipped.
He is not giving up on that tail just yet.
He's got it. There we go. Now I'm going to swing Godzilla around.
There we go. Tiger by a tail.
In a preview of WrestleMania and what's going to happen between Cesaro and Seth Rollins. The big swing is going. There's the Rock.
There we go.
There's the Rock.
No
Godzilla doesn't care.
No sell. Here we
Another
go.
Rock. And he's back at him. Oh, how do you like the Rock?
He kicks him with a rock. Hey, stop kicking things at me. Oh, and there's Cheater's atomic breath.
Yeah, fire bad.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. You got to close the distance, King Kong.
Yeah, but he's no good at close quarters either.
I mean,
all right. So this is reminiscent of when the Dungeon of Doom raped Hulk Hogan.
And more atomic breath, and the sad, stupid gorilla goes, "Why me?" I'm going back in.
Tackle! Oh, look at that. High crossbody tackle. And they are just a fighting and a fussing, and a tussling and a rolling.
All over the place. Ooh!
Oh, look at that. Look at those punches. Yeah, ground and pound. Ground and pound.
Left from Kong, yeah.
And Godzilla goes rolling down the hill.
Good luck getting up, Godzilla.
He's fine.
He's still trying to get up. He can't get up.
He break
Oh, there's another rock.
Stop throwing rocks, stupid gorilla.
I'm telling you, it's all he can do.
Got another one.
Another rock. Followed by the action roll. And
Oh, and he smacked his head. And Godzilla laughs at him. He mocks him.
Well, at no point did
Stupid
Godzilla
gorilla.
touch him. He just rolled right into a rock.
all his
Knocked his ass out.
damage that is an atomic breath.
What is with Godzilla in this movie doing like the banging cymbals monkey thing?
And now Godzilla's gonna bury the stupid monkey.
He's making fun of Kong, I think, when he does that, Mark.
Yeah. All right. He looks kind of dead.
Well, if you're gonna do that, just stand over him and fire breath him in the head.
Exactly.
I know.
Yelling that earlier.
But then the movie couldn't happen.
Kick up dirt on you like a freaking shit.
That's all Kong is.
Stop being racist against gorillas.
Oh.
He's just beating him with a tail.
Oh.
Oh, the
Oh.
humanity.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
that adrenaline can do wonders.
It's coming.
Here it is. Oh, drop kick.
Drop kicked by Godzilla.
Oh, he's done. It's over. Count him out. folks.
Wait, he's about to be
Yeah.
struck by lightning.
Oh, there's an oncoming storm.
Kick some more crap onto him, like the piece of
Yes,
crap that he is.
Here's rocks for you. Right on your face.
I got your rocks right here, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong at least had a personality.
Oh,
One
he's
of the
done.
video games ever made.
See, this would have been a great time
Oh.
for us to have gone to Kong's mind and as he's hallucinating and have someone talk to him and say, "You got to get up because Mickey loves you."
Yeah, dude.
He's dead.
Oh
Now
shit!
the atomic breath.
That
Little
went
off mark
conveniently
there.
around Kong. He's making roasted chicken out of King Kong.
If only.
Okay, and they're setting up for the other thing where he's going to get hit by lightning.
Like spinach does for Popeye.
All right, well, make with it already. We have less than...
We're running out of time, folks.
Yeah, we have 6 minutes left, and that includes credits. Uh-oh. Did he just...
Ghostface killing.
I was going to say, did he just get Black Panthered?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, here he comes.
Check that out.
Oh,
Like-
look at that. He's got the powers of the Emperor now.
Oh, feel it.
Oh, ground and pound. Yes, he's in full mount. Armbar. Armbar. I love it. He's electrocuting Godzilla with his newfound powers.
Behold the power of friction and static electricity.
Oh, yeah.
Godzilla's like, get off me, you mark.
Oh, yeah. Here it comes. Eat it.
Eat that tree. Eat it, you son of a bitch, you slimy lizard. Ah.
Oh,
Yeah, that scene themed in Oblivion.
bring
Boom,
it.
Sherlock,
Oh,
like,
there you
oh,
go.
look at that. Reversal.
He's hulking up. Man. Absolute destruction.
Yeah, they keep destroying the same dollhouse over and over again. Okay, so they've been in this collar and elbow tie-up now for a while, and finally, Godzilla takes King Kong down.
Oh, here comes another one of those great roadblocks. This road is closed. Meow. All right.
We have 4 minutes left.
I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off. Oh, there we go. They are fighting off in the distance.
This movie should end with Martians attacking.
I'm really worried like YouTube is going to cut the end of this movie off. That looked extremely realistic.
Yeah, I can't check to see.
That's all right. I know we're getting close. Oh!
Oh, he tripped him with his tail. Godzilla has too
funny.
many advantages.
Yeah, Godzilla's way overpowered.
It
That's why he's king of the monsters.
Lizards were born with tails, and only 1% of the 1% of apes grow large enough to compete with them in
Okay, then. Oh, he's going to spear him. He's going to spear him like Edge.
Oh, please do it off of the side of the cliff.
how they fight over.
We were trying to determine if this was Legos. It can't be Legos.
No, not Legos.
Not Legos.
It's a model that they're destroying.
They're just.
Why are they destroying this house?
It's between them.
Why doesn't one of them walk around it?
Because
Or go over it?
back to your phone.
This right here is tantamount to Independence Day blowing up the
White
Capitol
House.
building, the White House. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it isn't. Oh, finally, they and they roll to their death into the drink.
Oh, it's over, folks. Count them out.
Last man standing. 2 kaiju enter, 1 kaiju leave.
Tyler Sure Kong even qualifies as a kaiju.
One tree fell.
All right, we see our just giant rock slide.
Oh man!
Hang on, Godzilla's gonna pop up.
I'm afraid not.
Really?
I am afraid not.
Remembering?
That is the end, folks.
Well,
King
there's a part where they
Kong-
drive home, and then Godzilla pulls one of them through the top of a window.
King Kong's going to do the butterfly stroke all the way back to Faroe Island.
That was the Nightmare on Elm Street reference. Did you get it?
Nice. Actually, Winfree, I think you may be on the right track here in a second.
I could swear there's a scene where Kong actually gets the tail and swings Godzilla around.
That might have happened in this movie. I don't know. We just watched it. I can't remember.
Are you high?
Does Kong show up later and destroy all monsters? No, he doesn't, does he?
There's 30 seconds left of the stupid thing.
Still have much to learn, Mark. That's all I have to say.
All right. Roll credits.
Oh, wait.
No.
Wait.
Roll credits.
Wait.
Wouldn't it be funny if he got eaten by Jaws? The end.
Yes, that would be fun.
There it is. So supposedly the big Godzilla roar is that Godzilla's not dead, for crying out loud. Mark Radulich, you got to experience the 1962 Godzilla. No, wait a second. King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, final thoughts.
It was fun. First of all, it's hard to separate the fun of watching the movie from the fun of talking with you guys because you're so much fun.
Oh,
I love you.
Oh, well. Right.
But no, I had a good time. I mean, it's a 1960s monster movie. I mean, it's made for this sort of medium, for people to kind of comment and talk and crack wise. But I had a fun time. I mean, it is what it is. I really enjoyed the music, Jesse. The music in this movie is fantastic. And I'll tell you what, it's a good thing I have a subscription to AmazonMusic.com where I can enjoy all the streaming music that I want for the small price you have to pay for it. And if you're trying to check that out and want to see what it's all about there on AmazonMusic.com and you want to stream unlimited amounts of music, just use our link at getamazonmusic.com/W2M network. That's getamazonmusic.com/W2M network and get your free 30 days of Amazon for free. And now I'm going to turn it over to Robert Winfree for his thoughts while I pee.
All right, then.
Yeah, my thoughts are pretty limited about this. Yeah, you know, it's a fun enough movie. It's a really anticlimactic ending.
Yeah, I know you're a Godzilla fan.
I am.
So I actually have not had a chance to listen to you and Mark and Alexis talk about the movie. But you know, Team Monkey seems to set you off a little bit, and I assume that you were obviously expecting Godzilla should have come out on top here.
Of course. I mean, look at the relative strength and quality of the film franchises, if nothing else.
I agree. They
had to invent some stupid. You know, he's furry, so he conducts electricity. They had to invent something out of whole cloth to even make this loosely competitive.
I remember being like exposed to the Toho films just by sheer chance of changing channels on a Saturday, and as much as they're hated, I remember watching like the baby Godzilla ones. Ooh. I don't know if
I know.
A lot of people do not like those now, but I remember watching those when I was really, you know, probably 10, 11 years old, and I loved them. But I never knew about this huge, expansive Toho universe. I knew Godzilla and Kong faced each other at some point. Like I was telling you earlier, I totally thought for some reason they fought each other in the 70s, which never happened. And being able to watch this, as a matter of fact, just to let everybody know, the American version and this version clearly are two separate movies. I would suggest, just from being exposed to both today, watch the Japanese subtitled version. It's way better. It's a little bit darker when as Winfree pointed out, I'm talking about the film itself. You cannot see very well in some parts of it, but the subtitles and the cohesive story are definitely present. So, but when I say cohesive story, that's I'm talking about compared to the American version, which was basically just them cutting to some guy talking about how Kong is here and Godzilla is here, and just really laying out a bunch of stuff that was unnecessary. 11. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
That's my comments.
Cool. All right. So
also for the record, I bag on Kong more as a joke because I know it annoys certain people. And also, yeah, I'm a much bigger fan of Godzilla. Again, I have a lot of very, very positive memories of watching the Toho Godzilla movies as a small child. Godzilla's the man. He's the king of the monsters. Kong is should be in a zoo.
Boo!
All right, speaking of King Kong, tomorrow is the last part of our week-long look at the Monsterverse IP, which started with Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla in Hell, our alternative commentary of King Kong versus Godzilla, and then finally we are putting the 2005 Peter Jackson 3-hour plus epic King Kong on trial.
Simultaneously guilty and exonerated.
Sean will be defending, I will be prosecuting, so that'll be fun. Next week is all the WrestleMania stuff and a little bit of Resident Alien. We actually starting Friday is our Flashback Friday series. We did a whole bunch of movie reviews in 2013. So the first one will be airing. It'll be Man of Steel, and then it's WrestleMania. We're kicking off our coverage of that with a source material Invasion from Planet WrestleTopia, which we had the creator on who talked about the book and walked us through the plot, and we asked him questions, and it was really fun. It was one of the few times I've talked to a creator and didn't want to shoot myself. Speaking of which, on Sunday, night 2 of WrestleMania, we were releasing an old show that we did. Myself, Pat Mullen, and Gavin Napier did a show called In Defense of the Ultimate Warrior. So we're releasing that in time for WrestleMania Night 2.
I remember the show that brought that about.
Gosh, what? Oh yeah, it was
You
because
guys did the draft, and
I drafted the Ultimate Warrior, and everyone went into hysterics.
Everyone laughed at you because it was hilarious.
I had quite the roster. Like I think I had like the Warrior, Goldberg, CM Punk, Brock, yeah, Abdullah the Butcher, Sabu. I had a killer roster, man. On Monday, we will be doing our first.
The next time you guys did a draft.
Yeah, I'm
still where you got saddled with Christian.
I thought he would pay the money, cheap bastard.
You thought the hyper logical and rational Gavin would overpay for a 40-plus-year-old injury-prone Christian because he likes him?
I assumed everyone's as passionate about things as I am. Anyway, so we're doing a review of NXT Stand and Deliver and NXT UK Prelude on April 12th. And then myself and Alexis Hannah will be reviewing Resident Alien Welcome to Earth. Then the next day, we'll do a TV party for Resident Alien starring Alan Tudyk, which just wrapped up on Sci-Fi. And that'll be preceded by our WrestleMania and Hall of Fame review. Pat and I are starting a new series where we're going to review each of the historical WrestleManias. We'll start with the first one, because why else wouldn't you start with number one? So we'll review the first WrestleMania on April 14th, and that's the Mania of WrestleMania. And then we wrap up Wrestling Week with an on-trial. Myself and Sean Comer will put the Hulk Hogan masterpiece, No Holds Barred, on trial.
Oof.
That's
painful.
Our Flashback Friday show is our review of Star Trek Into Darkness, where I railed about the stupid Kong mystery thing they did. And
everything about that movie is stupid.
And then on Saturday the 17th, Jesse's dropping a syndicated source material. It'll only be the 87th time we've released The Killing Joke. And but if you haven't heard it, it's new to you. And then ostensibly, assuming everything goes according to plan, myself and Chris Bailey will be providing commentary for Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. So that's what we got going on there. Isn't that wonderful?
Also, speaking of oof. Why are you, I have to ask.
Yes, sir.
Why are you putting poor Chris Bailey through that?
Because you won't do it, and Pat won't do it, so someone has to do it, and Jesse doesn't watch violence.
You really should take the clue that your perverse attraction to this back alley carny bullshit is not...
I love it when I've driven Winfree to curse.
It is. Like, that's all it is. It's a stunt boxing match. It's not legitimate. It's not anything. And no one cares except you. And now you're
a billion buys.
It's really not.
All right. Can you just do your hour and a half of plugs so we can get out of here and I can go to bed?
Oh, is that really what you'd like? Would that make you happy, Mark?
Oh, no.
Kinda?
Kind of. Just kind of. Come on.
Oh my God.
What did you expect?
Spanish Inquisition.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition, you fool.
Boom.
Now I just know you're lying.
Spike.
You can find me hosting Damn You Hollywood on most Tuesdays. This last week we reviewed Godzilla vs. Kong.
Monday,
that's right. Normally it's Tuesdays. This was a special Monday episode. And, we had fun. We talked. I yelled. Mark got defensive. A good time was had by all, including
and he'll be back for a pair of Damn You Hollywoods at the end of May for Vanquish, which nobody will watch, and Mortal Kombat, which everyone will watch.
That is true. So you can find me on those. Jeez, what am I doing this week? All right, I have a review up for, if you're into professional wrestling, AEW's Dark Elevation that I did Monday after we recorded our movie review. After I'm done with this, I'm going to watch the re-air of MLW Underground episode number 21, featuring Terry Funk versus Jerry Lawler in a $10,000 bounty match that I'm sure Steve Corino stiffed everyone on because he's Steve Corino. So that'll be fun. Tomorrow, Thursday, I will be covering NXT Stand and Deliver Night 2, because the normal coverage guy had a thing. So I sort of watched a couple of matches from night one. I got to watch Walter and Ciampa, which was great. And that's pretty much it. I didn't really watch anything else. So I'll be covering that. I have so you can tune in the Wrestling Zone of 411mania.com. Saturday, I will be covering early in the morning UFC on ABC2. It's not a great card. It's overly long. There's 15 fights, but it starts early, so let's hope. I host the 411 Ground and Pound MMA podcast. Wherever you find good podcasts, you can find that one. This particular week, I did a preview of UFC on ABC2. I talked about the new Venom deal/gear, Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier signing for their fight, and what's the other piece of news? Genuinely can't remember. There's other stuff. I talk about news of the week on that as well. So if you're interested in mixed martial arts and or the sport of professional wrestling, you can... It's the sport. I shouldn't call it that. It's never been a sport. This is what I get for listening to old MLW re-airs, because I always refer to it as the sport of professional wrestling as opposed to sports entertainment, because it's the early 2000s and all we can do is make digs at WWE.
Terrific.
So you find me doing those things. And yeah, I will be driving Mark crazy in the near future. So tune in for that. A good time will be had by all. Also, good enough point as any to announce it. In the near-ish future, we should be getting some re-airs of an old podcast that I used to host called Everyone Loves a Bad Guy up and running. So be on the lookout for that. You can like the Radulich and Broadcasting Network on Facebook to stay up to date on our schedule. We highly encourage you to do so. Mark publishes one at the start of every month and then weeps as he has to change it a couple of weeks in because...
Within 24 hours, usually.
Yeah. If you're interested if you do the Twitter thing, you can follow me there at Winfree MMA. You can follow Mark at Mark Radulich. Another good place to stay up to date on all the fine things in the Radulich and Broadcasting Network. And that is it for me, I think, as far as my plugs go for the week.
All right, folks, thanks for joining us here on our fun alternative commentary for King Kong versus Godzilla 1962. For Jesse Starcher and Robert Winfree, I'm Mark Radulich. Be well, be safe, and behave.